Hi, I'm Amy, and this is A Star Reads, and it is the 11th day of Christmas. But not really. It's actually the first of the new year. It's January. But I'm currently doing a 24 in 72-hour readathon, and I'm trying to narrow down these books and get them done as soon as possible. My goal was to get them done at the end of December, but Advent doesn't end until January 5th, so technically I have until Wednesday. So let's see if we can get through these. The 11th book that I picked is In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren, which I am beyond excited about. I have not read any Christina Lauren yet, and Christmassy romance is exactly what I want to read right now. So I'm thrilled. My little timer is counting down our 24 hours, and we currently have 13 hours and 55 minutes left, and that is for today and tomorrow. So we started it on Friday. It was 24 and 72. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday gives us about 8 hours a day to read, and this is what we have left. It's currently 3 p.m. on Saturday. So I think we got this. I think it's gonna be great. And I'm really just excited. I'm excited about my read. In a Holidaze was very popular last year, and it's actually still really popular. And it's basically Groundhog Day in Christmas holiday romance book form. So there's this woman named May, and everything is kind of going wrong in her life. And this year at Christmas is going to be the last time that her family and a couple other families that they usually spend Christmas in Utah with are going to be going to their favorite cabin. This is the last time. And she's just miserable to know this. It's sad because they've been going there ever since she was younger, it sounds like. Things aren't going the way she wants to in her life, and things don't seem to go the way she thinks they're going to go at this holiday vacation. And I think that she gets into like a car accident, and all of a sudden that triggers the Groundhog Day effect, where she keeps waking up every day and has to keep reliving the same experience over and over again until she gets it right. So this sounds like a blast. It sounds like a great way to start the new year with something fun, quirky, romantic, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Christina Lauren's all about, because this is two authors that write together, and I have a couple other Christina Lauren books, but I've never given them a chance yet. So I cannot wait to get into this and see how much I enjoy it. Mom is also doing the 24 in 72-hour readathon with me, and she is currently reading The Accidental Apprentice in the Wilder Lore series, which is by Amanda Foody. It's a middle grade, and she'll give you an update on how she's doing once we get to our next benchmark time or something. And I'll give you an update as well at that time on In a Holidaze.
I finished Wild Lore, The Accidental Apprentice, and like Amy and everybody else I've heard talk about it today, it was fantastic. It was really exciting for this young boy, and for discovering, in this case would be discovering magic, and because it was a very magical book. The adventure was so exciting, it gets your heart beating, and you're like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen? Good things, bad things, all kinds of things were happening. You didn't know who to trust. I'd probably give about 4.5. It was so much fun. You're just bounding through this story of magic and lore. It's called Wild Lore. They talk about lore a lot, so it was really good. I loved it.
What are you going to read next?
Polar Bear, which Amy also liked.
Just finished that one.
And it's not long. This took me longer than I thought it would.
I would call these slightly older middle grades. Well, not really, but they're just longer middle grades is what they are.
What is the age for middle grades? Is that like middle school, like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade?
I'd say middle grade is anywhere from like 8 or 9 up until 13.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a really fast read, and it kept me going. I mean, we started reading after one.
About 3.5 hours.
Yeah, 3.5 hours. So I always think I'm a fast reader, and then I find
you are a fast reader. 3.5 hours to finish that book is very fast.
I just thought it'd be faster. So actually, my choice, I was thinking of reading We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Berry, but now I'm wondering if I want to do the Polar Bear one. Maybe just tonight stick to
middle grade,
and then tomorrow start an adult. This is adult story, right? Contemporary?
I think so. I'm not sure. Okay, so we have 11 hours and 21 minutes left, and we've just taken a quick little break to have some dinner and just take a break. And I am 30% of the way through In a Holidaze, and I'm enjoying myself. It's taken me a little bit to get into the groove, but now that I'm into it, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's fun, it's cute, it's funny, there's not a lot of details. Like some of the other romances and things I've been reading lately have been very detailed, like giving a lot of information on the house and on the setting and on the things that are going on. And even on the characters. This doesn't really develop the characters in the beginning. It kind of just starts the story and moves into it, and you learn more about them as you go. And I don't mind that. I was telling Mom, like, it definitely doesn't feel like a 5-star at this point, but I'm getting into it more. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's really giving me the Groundhog Day vibes. If you've never seen the movie Groundhog Day, such a fun movie. And this book is exactly like that. And I really like the male main character. Definitely someone that I would be interested in as well. So I see the attraction. The main character is growing on me. She's not my favorite from the very beginning, but I'm starting to like her more as we get along.
Good evening.
We are at, oh, can you see it? 8 hours and 37 minutes remaining. We're getting so close. We're gonna succeed our 24 and 72.
We are.
We're gonna win.
We
Whatever.
are determined.
Yes.
And we can make 8 hours tomorrow. I mean, I remember last time we did the 72-hour one, the last day started getting really hard. I think I took a nap in the middle of it.
Because we were...
I almost took a nap tonight. I was getting tired. And then we had a bite to eat, and that woke me up.
Yeah. I think last time we were doing 72-hour readathon, we weren't actually doing, like, set hours within a certain period of time. I do better with set hours within a certain period. So, like, even if I do, like, a 24 and 48 hour... It's 12 hours a day, but like having those set hours where you can count down the hours, I do better with that. I'm more focused with that. Some people don't like doing the 24-hour readathons at all. And I think it's fun just to do some concentrated reading occasionally.
And you had a goal. You wanted to get through the 12 days of Christmas starting in December.
Yes.
And you're getting close.
I'm getting close. I'm 60% of the way through my book.
Oh, that's actually good too. You
Yeah.
are really concentrating.
Yeah. It's fun. I'm having a blast.
It's a
and
good book.
Yeah, it's really getting very good. And the chemistry in this is so good. Some of the best chemistry I've read in a while. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So tell us about the book that you have finished.
I did finish The Polar Bear Explorer Club by Alex Bell. And
Put it over here, Mother.
hi.
She just holds it right in front of her face.
Hi.
Tell us about the book, Mom. Tell us about the book. What'd you think?
I really liked it. I'm here. Sorry, I always hold it in front of me. Hey, it was a really fun book. I had a lot of fun reading it too. Like I said though, at one moment I got really tired and I thought, oh, I'm just gonna have to go to bed. I don't care anymore. I said, okay, Amy, I'm gonna read to the end of this chapter and then I'm gonna go take a nap. I'll get back up and I'll read again. We decided then to both of us take a break and had something to eat and just taking a bite to eat. And it's really fast read. This was a much faster read than the other book.
Was
yeah,
it?
look how fast I clicked.
I mean, I guess this is
one
longer
read,
though. This one's 298 pages.
but I read through it really quickly.
I can't remember if I read through which one faster.
Comparing the two, they're different stories and different feelings.
Yeah.
So the other one, like I said, probably took me longer because it seemed more detailed. Though Amy thinks this was detailed, but I think that one had more complexity or more something in it that it was harder to read through. You had to kind of concentrate. This one was really fast and easy. And you just kept reading. You wanted to find out what was happening, and it was a fast pace. This was really fast.
I thought the other one was more fast paced.
That's so
like the
funny.
story was more fast paced. I thought this was more complexity in the storyline. There was a lot more things going on. There were a lot more elements to it. There were a lot more different types of characters, different types of creatures, and there was a lot more emotional complexity in Wilder Lore for me, or The Accidental Apprentice, whatever it's called.
Maybe that's it.
So that one felt like more emotional complexity, and the characters, you feel a lot more deeply about them. But then this one was a lot more complex in the story and the setting and all the things that were happening.
There was a ton of stuff happening,
Yeah.
but it was so quick moving, and you read quickly just to find out what's next. Where are they going? There's 4 kids kind of broken off from the party, and they have to go and try to do the exploring themselves.
Don't give me
And they're fearless. I just loved how fearless they were.
Mom's good at giving spoilers away, so
I know, I'm trying not to spoil it.
I have to be careful.
But it was great. They were fearless, and they had some, there's 4 kids together. They had some problems.
Personality differences.
issues. Definitely different personalities.
Definitely different personalities.
Great personalities. I liked them all.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Yeah,
they were a lot of fun. I still feel more strongly about the Accidental Apprentice kids.
So do I.
But what would you give this? I gave it a, well, no, yeah, what would you give this?
I'd probably give it a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4.5. So I gave that one 5 stars. You gave that one 4.5.
Yeah.
And then this one you gave 4 and I gave 4.5.
So we switched a little bit.
Yeah. Or like you're just a little less than mine are. But
Well, I went 4.5 and 4, and you went
5 and 4.5.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So not really switched, just kind of like notched down a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. So good book though, right? See, these were fun reads for this weekend. I thought it was great.
You know, for a middle grade book, it really kept my interest. I mean, I do like, sometimes I think, well, I really like reading adult books. I really like reading young adult books. Oh, I really like reading middle grade books. It's really funny how some of them can just capture you and just keep you enthralled the whole time. I mean, the writers are must be really
fun.
good.
That was something I mentioned in the last video, that I think this one is a book that adults would enjoy as well. This series is probably a series that if you're an adult who's not really, or wants to get into middle grade or not as crazy about middle grade, this is a good one. This is a good one to do, I think, for adults, is what I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for middle grade. It's for middle grade. I'm just saying, like, I
mean,
think...
I'm not really an adult. I'm really a child. You can ask Amy.
It's true.
I'm such a child. Most of the time, she accuses me of being 4 years old.
No, you're about
12.
You're about 8 to 12. Anywhere from 8 to 12 years old,
depending on my behavior. And so, I do enjoy, young adult, and I mean, I probably haven't started reading middle grade until Amy started doing her booktube. I don't think I read anything before, but I read a lot of young adult.
Good morning. It is January 2nd, and I have about 8 hours left, which is exactly what we wanted, 8 hours for Sunday. And I turned this off, went to my room, and read the rest of Holidaze. I didn't count it towards my 24 and 72 hours either, because I didn't have my timer and Mom was sleeping and we're doing it together. So, yeah, I finished my book. I stayed up till 2:15. So, yeah, if I'm looking a little puffy today. I had a hard time putting it down. I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. And it kind of like The Best Worst Christmas. These two books have had a lot of personal elements in it, and I like reading books like that. I know it sounds kind of narcissistic, but really it's those kind of books that where you can see yourself in the characters, or at least in the scenarios, that sometimes give you a little bit of clarity. At least they give me a little bit of clarity, and especially when it's subject matter where those are things that I struggle with sometimes. I like seeing that. I like reading about that, because it just, especially for the new year, like, it makes me feel a little bit like, okay, these are things I can handle. These are things I can deal with. This is a situation where I can see things being different. And I don't know how to say that without like giving away a whole bunch of personal information about myself and going into tangents and rants and stuff like that. But I find it interesting. And so I did like In a Holidaze for that. It wasn't quite as emotional for me as The Best Worst Christmas was. That one made me like choke up a lot more. This one didn't quite so much, but I could see myself in the main character, at least personality traits or things in my life that are similar to the main character's life. I enjoyed that, but I didn't feel quite as emotionally connected in this one as I did in The Best Worst Christmas. So like, great story, fun to read, saw myself in it, so I enjoyed it for that reason, but not quite as emotional. And that's fine. I don't need to cry at every book, especially not romances. But I did really enjoy the steamy moments, and it was nice to see the chemistry between these characters, because I feel like some of the romance novels I've been reading lately, the chemistry's been off, or at least there just hasn't been that much buildup of chemistry, and I like reading about the buildup. That's almost more exciting than those smutty moments. You know, those smutty moments are fun, but it's the tension and the buildup that's really cool. There's one book that I remember, I think it was Aisha at Last, and it's a Pride and Prejudice retelling, and that one, it's not smutty, it's very clean romance, but the chemistry between those two characters was phenomenal, and I remember it to this day because of how well I love the chemistry. So sometimes just the chemistry buildup is a big deal, and when I read books like this where the chemistry is fantastic, I think back to books like The Santa Suit where there was zero chemistry, and I see, yeah, no, this is what I want when I'm looking for two main characters that have a lot of chemistry together and where their relationship goes from there. So Anyways, long tangent to say that, yeah, the chemistry was great in this. The reason I probably would give it 4 stars as opposed to like a 5 stars, because I think I'm going to rate it 4 stars, is that, like I said, there wasn't quite as much emotional depth as maybe I would have liked. There were emotional moments, and there was a lot of angst in this one, actually. This was more angsty than some of the other romances I've read lately. The main characters in general were a little immature for their age. Like, the main character, May, is 26, and the main male character, Andrew, is 29. In general, these kids, but they're adults at this point, all feel a lot closer to 20. And so that's fine. It just is kind of strange reading about these characters that are in their late 20s and they feel very young. And then the whole Groundhog Day element, which I actually really did enjoy, it felt a little unresolved. And so that was strange because, like, I don't know if I'd want it to change that much because it would have changed the ending. And I did like the ending, but like it just felt like there was something I didn't quite get from it. And so that was a little bit of a disconnect. But ultimately, for a romance, I had a fun time reading it. I would definitely read this one again during the holidays. And if you're looking for that holiday vibe, this one's fun. A little chaotic, but a lot of fun. Before I forget, I know that we are now in January, and technically the 12 tropes of Bookmas is over, but I'm still working on my December TBR. So I'm going to count this one as friends or enemies to lovers, because In a Holidaze is a friends to lovers story. That means that the only one I haven't finished at this point is retellings. So what is day 12 going to bring me? Because I have one more. Will it be retelling? Will it be The Girl in the Tower? I don't know. We'll find out soon. So before I pick my next pick, because this video is going to be a shorter one since I got through the book so quickly, I decided I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing for you. And that's because I haven't opened up this box yet. I actually haven't opened several boxes. I'm behind. I'm behind on life. But I'm not affiliated at all with Authentic Books, but I really like mystery boxes, subscription boxes. I don't get a ton of them, but there are some that I am really interested in and love. Like, I get FabFitFun, and I do enjoy that subscription. And then I have been getting into some of the book boxes and trying them out and having a good time with them. So I have Al Crate Jr., and we've started getting Authentic Books. And I love this one. It's very interesting. This is a 5 senses box. So like sight, smell, taste, sound, and touch. I guess touch is touching the book when you're holding it. But I really love the concept of this, and I haven't got a chance to reading the books from this book box, but I did put a couple of prompts for 5 senses box on my board. So I'm hoping that I get to them, and hoping that in the new year I get to some of these boxes, because I want to do the whole experience. I really want to just take a weekend, do all the 5 senses things in this, and read the book. And I know that sounds silly, but I'm silly like that, so that is okay. And so let me just kind of get into this to show you what it's all about. Okay, so when you open it up, it has like a bookmark. It always comes with a bookmark, and it shows you what the book is. Unfortunately, it shows you right away, but the book is called The Fastest Way to Fall. And inside this, it talks about what's inside the box, and it always gives you part of the 5 senses. It gives you a playlist that goes along with the book. So you get this Spotify playlist, and every single one is tailored to the book, I'm pretty sure. I haven't actually listened to any of these Spotify playlists yet, but I think that's a fun idea, to have a playlist that goes along with the book. And then it also gives you, for the taste, you get a cocktail recipe. And this one is Painkiller Cocktail, and it's supposed to kind of go with the book. And then it also gives you a food recipe. So this one has baked donuts. And so the recipes are meant to go along with the book. And so what I plan on doing eventually when I get to some of these book boxes is making a drink, making the recipe, sitting down with the book, listening to the music, having fun, seeing how I enjoy it. It's difficult with the Spotify thing because I don't really like listening to music while I read, but maybe it'll just be something I listen to that weekend while I'm reading it. So that's, I don't know, we'll see. Here's what it looks like when it comes to you. It's got tissue paper and a little sticker. And you open it, looks like this with the little foozle thingies. So we always get a candle, and so far the candles have smelled really good. I haven't used any of them yet because I'm waiting to use them with my book. Scent, this one's called 4 Bubbles Sweet Citrus. That smells good. And, oh yeah, it smells really good. Yeah, that's like a sweet citrus thing. Yeah, there you go, Amy. And so that's the candle. Then we've got Get the funk out of here. That is lovely. This is a deodorant wipe. So then you do get, I don't remember if it's 1 or 2 body wellness sort of items. So you'll get lotion, or you'll get like deodorant wipes, or something that is more for taking care of your physical body. Oh, so I guess that's the touch. That's the touch. Okay. So this is a deodorant wipe, cleanse and deodorize underarms. That's interesting. Wipes. That's good for like if you're traveling or something, especially. And then what's this? The Better Bar, and there's a candle. Huh. I don't know what that has to do. I'll have to look on the thing and see what that's all about. Because usually we don't get snacks in ours, but this is like a little health energy bar, and it's got a little candle on it. Oh, okay, so these kind of go together. I mean, they don't go together, but this is part of the same touch element. And I'm guessing because maybe this doesn't come out to the same amount of money they would normally put into this product, so they put 2 things in there. I don't know why there's a candle on there. That's a little strange. And it doesn't say anything about the candle or show the candle in the little book. Then touch number 2 is this Soy Body Whip by Skin Apothetique Vanilla Plum. Oh, let's see. It's got a thing on it, but I can kind of smell the vanilla through that. It smells good. So that's another touch number 2. So you always get some kind of taste element to it, and sometimes it's like a cocktail mixer that goes inside your cocktail. Like this case, brown sugar simple syrup might be included with this. Or you get a tea. And so this time around I got a tea with tay, and this is caramel rooibos, which that sounds really good. An indulgent blend of red tea and caramel. Ooh, that does smell very caramelly. That smells good. It's actually coming in these little teeny bags. So that's cute, I like that. So that's tea with tay and caramel rooibos. And then finally, we've got the book, The Fastest Way to Fall. Looks like this is a plus-size novel, which I like. I like books. I haven't read very many, but I want to read more romance with plus-size main characters. This is by Denise Williams. So it sounds like this is about a woman named Britta and a man named Wes. Britta works as a writer for a lifestyle website, and she is tasked to write for this new body positivity fitness app. And in order to do so, she wants to make sure she has everything she needs to be able to write well, and prove that she can write for this website full time. So to do that, she hires Wes, who is like a fitness consultant or something like that, and she's trying to work with him to get to the point where she feels confident in being able to write for this body positivity fitness app. So this sounds interesting. I'll be curious to see what this is like, because sometimes these body positivity books have good intentions, but they can be done poorly. And so I'll be interested to see how Denise Williams does this. So yeah, we've got Sight. That's what this is, Sight, because you're reading the book. We've got Touch, which is the Refresh Wipes and the Better Bar. Then we've got Hand Poured Soy Candle, which is Smell. Taste is the tea, and also the food and cocktail. And then touch number 2 is the Soy Whip Butter. And of course we also have our sound, which is the Spotify playlist. So I just think this is such a fun, interesting way to do a book box. I don't know how long we'll try it out for. We've quite a few that we need to catch up on. As far as the pricing goes, we're currently paying the $50 per month. And I know that that's not cheap for a book box, but we share this. This is sort of a joint book box, Mom and I. And these are all adult books. And so far, we've been really excited with what we've gotten. So at any point when it feels like it's too much, we will probably stop, but we're having fun with this at the moment. And there is a mini experience that's $40 a month that doesn't include 2 touch items. And there's the premium experience, which is $60 a month, which includes 3 touch items and 2 taste items. So there's always like a bar of chocolate in that one. It's mostly contemporary. Like we got Casey McQuiston's One Last Stop. We got The Heart Principle by Helen Huang. And we got some other ones similar to that are popular. So we get some of the more recent books that have come out recently with Authentic Books. So at one point, when I land on 5 Senses or I pick one of these books, I will share my 5 Senses experiences with you and let you know if I really do feel like it's worth it and want to continue moving on with this book box. I am ready to pick day 12. I'm really excited. This is the last day, This is the last book. I can't believe it. We're here, we made it. And I'm hoping that I can read this book in 8 hours, because I've got 8 hours left today, and it would be perfect. It would be absolutely perfect. I make no promises though, because depending on what's behind that door, it could be a quick read or it could take me a bit longer. Oh, I'm so nervous. There's so many options left, and some of them, they're all good, but I'm probably more excited about some than others. So let's find out how I'm finishing off the 12 Days of Christmas Carol Advent Calendar Challenge. Oh, look at that. Look who's just happy to see us. Okay. Come on. Come out. Here he comes. Okay. All right. Okay. Ooh, you ready? I'm not ready. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, another middle grade. How does this, like, all middle grades? I mean, that's great. That's fantastic. This is the second book in the Barren Grounds series by David Alexander Robertson. I am really excited to read this. I loved that first book. I'm really enjoying David Alexander Robertson, and I cannot wait to read the second one. This is a perfect choice. This is a perfect way to end it out. I will finish this very quickly. Well, it's 240 pages. I'll finish this pretty quickly, and then maybe I can work on my nonfiction a little bit for the rest of this readathon. Somehow, the 12 Days of Christmas Carol Advent Calendar Challenge wanted me to finish or get caught up on series, because this is my second. I continued on the Aviac Johnson series and got caught up to the point where that's caught up, and now I'm continuing on this series and getting caught up with this one. So that's perfect. Thanks, Mom. We've got two characters that have been adopted, and they are trying to figure out how to move forward with their new adopted parents, but then also trying to understand more about their culture and their heritage, because they both come from indigenous communities. They end up going to this portal world in the first book, and they come to a place called Misewa, which is this little village that is stuck in a perpetual winter. And they make friends with this fisher from the village, not like a fisherman, it's an animal, but he can talk. And they help him save the village. And then he helps them figure out more about who they are and become okay with the life they're leading at the moment. We get to meet this wonderful little squirrel, and she is a whippersnapper. She's a lot of fun. And so that's it. I'm gonna close out this video so we can get started on our next 8 hours. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens on the 12th day of Christmas my true love gave to me, a great bear. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later.